When Eskom implements level 1 power cuts, the city of Cape Town is usually not affected. Why? Because of the extra power generated by the Metro's own Steenbras hydroelectric plant. Now, the city wants to create more of its own electricity, and as the national government opens up processes for this to happen, the mayor has announced a tender to add 300 more megawatts to the municipality's grid. What does that look like in practice? Well, we've invited energy expert Sampson Mamphweli to Newslink. He's due to give a speech at the Solar Power Africa conference where Cape Town's mayor made the announcement of the tenders, and he's decided to join us live first before heading there. Professor, thank you so much for your time. The city of Cape Town hoping to be South Africa's first load-shedding free city. How far will this 300 megawatts go to achieving that target? What does that look like for the layman like me who might not understand what exactly 300 megawatts can do for you?
Good morning to you and the viewers. 300 megawatts can go a long way, especially in the city of Cape Town. We know that already they've got power that comes from Steenbras. That's a 180 megawatts plant. So when we have load shedding and they have reserves in the form of water in that particular system, they are not affected as much as the rest of the country gets affected. They also buy power directly from a wind farm, which is about 5 megawatts in Darling. They call it the Darling wind farm. So if the wind is blowing and then Eskom decides to do load shedding, then the city of Cape Town is cushioned because of that. But going back to the 300 megawatts, that will be massive for the city of Cape Town, because the maximum demand for the city of Cape Town is just below 2,000 megawatts. And if they add the 300 megawatts, it will take them a little bit above what is their maximum demand. So basically what it would mean is that during the time that there's load shedding, they can then be cushioned by the 300 megawatts. So every time Eskom announces stage 2 load shedding, for instance, as things stand, the city of Cape Town goes to stage 1 load shedding. So they are one level below the actual load shedding stages. So if they add the 300 megawatts, every time Eskom announces let's say stage 2 and stage 3 load shedding, the city of Cape Town may not be affected at all, depending on the availability of power from the private generators and the other systems that they have online.
Why just 300 megawatts at this point?
The regulations published by the minister allowing municipalities to buy directly from IPPs require that any municipality that need to buy directly from IPPs need to conduct a feasibility study. So the city of Cape Town has conducted the feasibility study, and they came to the conclusion that as things stand, looking at everything that is associated with power generation and transmission, looking at transmission lines and things like that, they are able to add up to 300 megawatts for now. That's why they are going for the 300 megawatts as opposed to maybe more than the 300 megawatts.
When do you think more of our cities could become self-reliant and be cushioned against load shedding? How is it that we haven't seen more of them taking this opportunity to tackle load shedding head on?
Yeah, what we've seen is that since the publication of the regulations allowing municipalities to generate their own power or to buy directly from IPPs, there's been confusions around some of the municipalities. Some of the municipalities don't necessarily understand the regulations, because in most cases their electricity departments don't have the capacity in terms of the knowledge around renewable energy systems and how they can go around doing the various purchases. But most of them can be able to buy directly from IPPs. They just need to to adhere to certain aspects of the regulations, such as they need to conduct a feasibility study, they need to be in good financial standing, they need to submit that feasibility study to the minister for final approval, and they need to adhere to the PFMA and the Municipal Finance Management Act. So it's possible for them to be able to buy directly from IPPs, but they have to adhere to certain conditions that were set out by the minister when he published the regulations.
Prof, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Energy expert Professor Sampson Mamphweli joining us on NewsLink.